Once we've understood the structure and situation of the world market, we can start to look at the individual countries to identify potentially interesting target markets. The table we are looking at here shows the global imports of coffee by country. TradeMap can help us screen markets by providing us with data on several important criteria. First, market size, both in terms of value and quantity, is an important feature. But bigger does not necessarily mean better when it comes to selecting markets, as large markets can be competitive and, moreover, may require supply in large volumes. Nevertheless, large markets may also often offer small but lucrative niches that can be suitable even for small-scale producers. Secondly, the market dynamism, as reflected in growth rates over the past 5 years and between the last 2 years, is an attractive feature as well. Finding a buyer and growing your business in a growing market is likely to be easier than in a contracting one. Next, a country's share in the world market contains the same information as the market size in value, just expressed in relative terms. It helps you to easily compare the market size in value of different countries. Market access conditions, as reflected by the ad valorem equivalent tariffs applied, allow you to compare the tariffs your country faces in the different importing markets. But we strongly recommend that you use Market Access Map to know precisely the tariff applied by an importing country at its tariff line level to your country, if you are an exporter. Market Access Map will also tell you whether your country has a preferential trade agreement with the importer and allow you to see if you have a tariff advantage over other possible supplying countries. There are, of course, many other criteria which one would need to consider before selecting a market, including distance, culture and historical ties, language, the presence of diaspora from your country, non-tariff market requirements, distribution channels, consumer preferences, etc. One should therefore only use TradeMap as one information source among many others in the market analysis and research process. Nevertheless, trade data analysis is a useful first step in the market screening process. Now let's choose one specific country to interpret some concrete figures. For the sake of this example, we select Italy. We observe a number of features. Italy has a 7.6% share of world imports of coffee, excluding roasted and decaffeinated, valued at about $1.5 billion and representing more than 604,000 tons in 2018. According to value, it is the third largest importer of this HS classification of coffee. Italy imported at an average value of $2,472 per ton, which is below the world average in terms of imported value. The Italian market had a 1% increase in value terms on average per year over the last 5 years, and a growth of 3% in quantity terms, meaning the unit value is trending downwards. Compared with the world average, Italy has the same rate of growth in quantity, but its imported value is increasing at a higher rate. The world averages were -1% and 3% respectively. With this information, it may be concluded that Italy is growing its quantity at the same pace as the world market for imports of coffee, excluding roasted and decaffeinated, but is gaining market share when it comes to its imports in value. Looking at the Herfindahl index value, we can also see that the supply to Italy is relatively not concentrated in nature. Over the last 2 years, the value of Italian imports of the analyzed product decreased by 3%, which is a smaller decline if we compare with the decrease of 5% shown for world imports of this product. We can also see that imports in US dollars have decreased for all the leading importing countries except Germany over the last 2 years. To see a detailed performance of the market trends and to know how volatile the rates are, you should check the corresponding time series. Also, it is important to note that Italy does not apply tariffs for coffee, excluding roasted and decaffeinated, as we can see the average rate at 0%. We can note that this is a trend among the top world importers. However, when we have a number larger than 0 on this column, like in the case of the Republic of Korea at 1.2%, it is important to note that this is an average of all the tariffs applied at the detailed national tariff line level to all possible exporters by that country. So we need to be careful interpreting this figure, as the actual tariff applied by a country to a particular partner country may differ from this. If you explore further in Market Access Map, you will see that the tariff applied by the Republic of Korea does vary between 0 and 2%, depending on the supplying country. To further analyze the Italian market, we should then click on the name of the country in the table to obtain the breakdown of the countries supplying coffee, excluding roasted and decaffeinated, to Italy.